Now it's time to wake up. Kincaid and Saltunis is on the air. Broadcasting live on the Fanatic app and YouTube channel. Here are your hosts, John Kincaid and Andrew Saltunis. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John, I think I could cry this morning. I could cry tears of joy, tears of a bittersweet feeling.
Tears of slight disappointment in yourself a little bit as a fan?
No, not really.
Come on now.
I'm not blaming myself. I don't think anybody should.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying is you were denying yourself some of the joy of this run, and now you're really feeling it, and I'm proud of you. You're feeling it now. You're feeling the joy of this experience that Connor and I were trying to drag you into when the series began. Well, we were here from the beginning, and we're glad that you're now enjoying it.
Well, a lot of the joy was Joel Embiid looking like himself in the second half of that basketball game yesterday. Game 4, when he comes back, it was horrible. Yesterday, first half, not so great. The three-point shooting that he was trying to do, possession after possession, spot up threes, pull up threes. He's 0-5 from 3, and you're going, yo, dude, I get it. You just had the surgery, and I'm so proud of you for being out there. And then the second half happens, John, where Joel Embiid looks like vintage Embiid. And he helps lead the Philadelphia 76ers alongside Tyrese Maxey, who also had a great game yesterday. They go into the Boston Garden and win 113-97 to force a Game 6. And one of the great messages from Tyrese Maxey after the game yesterday, he was talking about how horrible Game 5 was or Game 4 was, and how that was embarrassing and we shouldn't do that to our fans. We had a horrible effort Game 4, and it makes you wonder, well, why are we having bad efforts in playoff games? But okay, I've been dealing with everything with the Sixers over the decade, so
absolutely.
What else is new? I'm not surprised by anything. And then they have that game last night where it looked like the team before the appendectomy, right? Where Joel Embiid was playing at a high level. They found ways to make Maxey work. They found ways to make Edgecombe work. Paul George was playing great basketball when he returned from his suspension. And last night we saw it come together again in the second half, and now they force a Game 6. They're down 3-2. They're still playing the Boston Celtics. It's why it's bittersweet. But, man, last night was so much fun to just live in that moment.
Okay, just lose the word bittersweet. It's not bittersweet. There's nothing bittersweet about it. Connor?
That was a fun win.
There's no bittersweet.
What's bittersweet is the continuous what-if conversation that we will always have, right? But, like, this wasn't about he was in bad shape. This wasn't about Mopey and Embiid. He had a freaking appendectomy.
I got you.
By the way, 19 days ago. So for the people that call him soft, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well,
19 days ago.
Those people are dopes.
Yes.
And we said it. Those people are dopes. You can question things about Joel Embiid. If you questioned his toughness before this series, you were a dope because you forgot broken orbital bones and everything like that were out of his control.
Sure.
But this is the kind of thing is that when you go in, I really believe the reason that this has been such a joyous series to watch is because of the fact that I went in thinking all I wanted to do was to be proud of them. And they've exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
They've won 2 games now. I thoroughly believe they've got a real solid chance to win a third at home on Thursday night. And then who the hell knows what happens on Saturday? And to me, the fact that they've exceeded my expectations, and I hate to say this because it sounds like a loser take, mission accomplished. Because I didn't expect any of this to happen. Now, am I a greedy bastard? Yes. Now I want more. Because I know from what I saw, this team can do it. From what I saw last Friday night, in Game 3 that they lost, this team left money on the table that night. This team can do it. This team could force a Game 7.
Well, especially now that Embiid is back in the mix, right? Game 4 was horrible. It was,
I'm going to change seats, by the way.
Okay,
just to another chair.
Game 4 was horrible when Embiid goes out there and they're trying to do whatever they can to get him involved, and he's having the horrible shot after horrible shot, and it's why they were down so much after the first quarter. And then at halftime, the game was over. Right at halftime, that game was over. Yesterday, in that second half, you see what this team could have been. and you see what this team is currently, like I want to say currently because the series is still going on, and let's go. We have a Game 6, and let's see if they can force a Game 7. It's just unbelievable. That's why I said I could cry. I watched the team that we were supposed to get a couple of weeks ago. It's unbelievable what Joel Embiid did again just 19 days after surgery. Hell, it's unbelievable that he played 17 days after his surgery.
It is.
And I know the game was horrible. I know Game 4 sucked. But the fact that he did play 17 days after that surgery, that alone is an incredible accomplishment. And then yesterday, he goes out there, plays the way that he does, 33 points, 12 of 23 from the field, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 8 dimes, 4 boards. Unbelievable.
This is where it solves the mystery, though, for me. Now, because you got sucked in totally, though, on this series being about Joel Embiid, not being about the Sixers. It was about Joel Embiid for you. It was about the Joel Embiid legacy, the Joel Embiid thing. I was just making it about the Sixers.
Sure.
And what Joel Embiid gave us, I can't believe he's playing to that level.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
No, it was last night was incredible. Like it was an incredible effort by the team. And I'm going to tell you this is that, and no knock, this is not a knock on Maxey. He didn't shoot well. And he still played really well.
He had 10 rebounds, yes.
I mean, he played well, and that's the kind of thing, Andrew, to me, that when Tyrese Maxey taking his game to the next level and to being that next level player is the night when one thing isn't working, something else can be exceptional. Something else can be awesome that helps other people be awesome. And Tyrese Maxey is the definition to me of awesome. He is so good, even nights when he isn't.
Yeah. Well,
when he isn't good.
I want to play a clip from the post-game coverage. And look, we have highlights for you. Connor putting together the montage. Can't wait to celebrate last night. We'll get into the Phillies coming up in a little bit because obviously they made news yesterday.
They made news after us.
They made news yesterday. But we're starting with the Sixers. Your reaction to last night's win in Boston, forcing a Game 6. Yeah, here we go. Game 6. Let's
go.
610-632-0975. Tyrese Maxey after the game yesterday. You mentioned it. 3 of 10 from 3. Had a bad day shooting yesterday.
He was not good yesterday.
But he still found a way to make an impact with 10 rebounds. And I absolutely love his answer yesterday after the game when he talked about how he was just getting tired of the team being out-rebounded.
I'm just tired of giving up rebounds. You want to be completely honest with you. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of giving up rebounds, man. It's not a good feeling. You know, we play really good defense. A lot of these times that we give up these rebounds. Even today, it was a couple of times like, man, it's just like we playing so hard defensively. Like, we got to reward ourselves, man. We got to reward ourselves. And because, you know, we get a defensive rebound, now we can go play in space. You know, guys can get a little more freedom and a little bit more leeway to go out there and maybe shoot some pull-up threes and get downhill and score. And that's my biggest thing. I just want us to reward ourselves for putting a lot of effort on the defensive end. So just go ahead and reward yourself. Get the rebound. Let's go play offense.
That's an answer where you forget that he's 25 years old. Only 25 years old, right? Like, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just tired of us getting out rebounded. So he goes, you know what? I'm going to use my 6-foot frame or 6'2" frame, and I'm going to be the one that gets the rebounds, damn it.
It was because rebounding is 1-2. Rebounding is effort. Rebounding is, and to me, it's easy for a shooter to get, I was FaceTiming and everything with the big man last night during the game, and he goes, there's nothing worse than when a shooter isn't feeling it, but when they come and contribute in all other ways, that's when the star player shows.
Absolutely.
They because they care about their teammates.
Yeah.
They care about making everybody better.
Nobody's calling Josh Hart a shooter or a star, but if we remember, going back to that Knicks series, the guy, he was
unbelievable.
He was grabbing 18 rebounds a game, and like 7 of them were on the offensive end. Like it was unbelievable.
It is so good to see that, and again too, and this is to Embiid. This is another Embiid point to his credit. Is I can't stand mopey Embiid.
Right.
I can't stand bad body language Embiid. The Maxey Edgecombe thing has helped his attitude in a huge
Since
way.
game 1 when he wasn't even playing. Remember, Edgecombe has the big night in Boston, and Embiid's the first guy off the bench.
And he feels it. He felt it that night. You see the energy that these two are imparting in him, which shows even a player who's been around can learn and go, man, this is pretty fun.
Yeah.
These guys are pretty fun to play with. I'm learning from them. I'm learning things about them, and they're learning things about me. It's all. Last night was just a beautiful night. That was so much fun. I think at one point I texted, it was like, it's beautiful.
They held the Celtics to 40 points. Now, look, part of it was the Celtics missed 15 shots at the end of the game. Some of that's defensive.
They've had three nights where they've shot like crap out of 5.
Yeah.
And part of that is the perimeter defense.
Part of that's that. And remember, we talked about it last week. I think it was Friday when you were out. I had like one moment of like, let me be a little bit confident here. What if Tatum's legs just aren't there right now because he's coming? It's amazing. We're talking about how amazing it is that Embiid's playing with the post-appendectomy. It's amazing that Jason Tatum got to the point where he did after his bad injury late last season, playoffs last season. And the fact that
shooting-wise, though, he's not himself.
No.
He's not.
4 of 12 from 3 yesterday.
And again, that's not a shot at Jason Tatum.
No,
Jason
the fact
Tatum,
that he's out there and playing.
By the way, I can't stand him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like he's one of those players that I appreciate his game big time. Just can't stand him. Just want to see them kick his ass.
Now, there's a guy that I really want to highlight here in the opening segment. You know, we heard Tyrese Maxey, and you'll hear from Joel Embiid, but it's not either of those guys.
Who?
Quentin Grimes deserves like a standing ovation today. And Quentin Grimes is the guy that, you know, it's been a weird relationship with him because you acquire him last year. There's the weird contract dispute. Then he's here. He's not really playing all that great. They give him the green light. They trade Jared McCain. So he'll always have that like attached to him. Like they kept you. They got rid of the young guy that a lot of people like. Grimes did not play well after that trade. Grimes has had some pretty bad moments in this playoffs.
Jared McCain's going to say when he comes back, he's going to go, you kept Grimes for me?
Yeah, just like Jimmy Butler did.
Exactly.
But Quentin Grimes yesterday, after a little bit of a shaky first quarter, locked in, dude. 18 points off the bench, 4 of 7 from 3, played the entire fourth quarter. Kelly Oubre plays the entire third quarter. Quentin Grimes takes his spot to play the entire fourth quarter, except for the last couple of seconds when they emptied the bench. But Quentin Grimes yesterday, not only on the offensive end, but the defensive end. Take a listen to this exchange. Tom McGinnis, obviously, he's the best, right? We love Tom McGinnis. This was one of the biggest moments in the fourth quarter. Quentin Grimes hits a 3 to put the Sixers up 6. So that doesn't mean that the Sixers have run away with it. The game is not over. They needed a big stop. And Quentin Grimes, after hitting the 3, just goes berserk on the defensive end against Jaylen Brown. And Embiid makes it an 8-point game. Timeout, Boston. Here's that entire exchange.
5:50 to go. Grimes knocking it away from Brown into the backcourt. Brown tracks it down. Brown facing pressure. Grimes all over him. 8 seconds. He's got to get it across, and they race it up. He's got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brown dribbling. Grimes right there. Off-balance shot. Quentin Grimes with the defensive play of the year. Our Morgan and Morgan moment. Grimes gut check. Sixers by 6. Here's Embiid into the lane on Kata. Spins, backing, turning, fading, firing up. Good. The Sixers get the bucket. Joel Embiid down low. Grimes to the 3 in the defense. Everybody comes off the bench to greet him. It's an 8-point game. 5:16 to go. Embiid with 31. Clutch turnaround deuce. Timeout Boston. Sixers by 8.
That's the Tom McGinnis is the best. But that was the biggest swings.
Such
right
a
there.
great call.
Oh yeah, awesome.
I had to put him on in the fourth quarter just to hear how McGinnis was going nuts.
I don't blame you, dude.
And he was going nuts. He was going nuts. It was awesome.
Sixers get the win last night, 113-97, setting up a Game 6 in South Philadelphia tomorrow night, 8 o'clock tip-off. Listen live here on the Fanatic. And as Tyrese Maxey said, after the game as well, he talked about how embarrassing it was for their performance that they had on Sunday, and he would not want to do that in front of the home crowd again. So get ready for it. Get ready for that tomorrow night. Get ready for the Xfinity Mobile Arena to be shaken tonight. Flyers, Penguins, they don't want to have a Game 7 forced. They're up 3-2 in the series, Johnny. Please tell me it ends tonight.
It ends tonight.
Good.
In fact, I'll be bold and beautiful. It ends tonight, and it ends comfortably in the third period.
Okay. I like that. I could go for a comfortable finish for a Flyers
I
game.
think it ends comfortably.
After the last two,
I feel good. I feel very good this morning. I woke up this morning, put on my orange. I feel good.
Okay.
I feel relaxed. I feel very relaxed. Not an ounce of anxiety about the game, not an ounce of anxiousness about it. I believe that the Flyers will win tonight. I believe the third period will be comfortable, and the Flyers will cruise to a win at the end of the game and put away the Penguins.
I like that.
That is how I'm seeing it tonight, and it will be a not lopsided, not like 7-1, anything like that, but it's going to be a game that they look really good, and it will be comfortable at the end.
Well, we were talking about this yesterday on the show. We're putting you all to the test. All right, it was a little lackadaisical going into Game 4, going into the potential sweep day. You know, it was a weekend. Maybe that had something to do with it. We need the Flyers memos, the voice memos, Johnny, from the Lunatics again. Unfortunately, we don't have a pair of tickets to give away today, but that doesn't mean you can't still bring your freaking lunacy when it comes to the Flyers. We need to bring that back up because we were going nuts the first 3 games of this series, and the Flyers won the first 3 games of this series. Then I think people thought, like, all right, this is over. I'm going to save my energy for round 2. And the Penguins have bounced back the next 2 games. So today, we're putting you to the test again. Lunatic Flyers calls, Lunatic Flyers voice memos on the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. I think people can do that. Lastly, busy first segment. Phillies fired Rob Thomson yesterday, Johnny.
Yeah, I can't believe it happened.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's real shocked. I was shocked that it took so long, but the delay being that they had to find a guy to take his job before letting him go.
Yeah, in case people don't know, they called Alex Cora. Dave Dombrowski admitted that during his press conference yesterday. But Alex Cora is not ready yet.
He's not ready, and we'll talk about it later on today with Buster Olney. It just appears a matter of time till he'll be the Phillies manager. It'll probably be after the lockout, is what I would figure.
Sure.
So he'll take his time, get paid to not work and relax, and not take over this motley crew, and then get a clean slate. But the idea that Rob Thomson, understand that it was maybe a hard sell on Don Mattingly to come in here and take over this team.
Yeah, I mean, he said when he first got here, he didn't want to manage. He came here to help out. Well, you're helping out right now by writing the lineup card, which is basically the exact same lineup yesterday. But it's amazing, man. Phillies go out there, first game, post-Rob Thomson era, where everybody says it's not totally his fault. But, man, there was some times where we're wondering, all right, where's that fire coming from? They needed to get something lit under their rear ends. That was the biggest thing about the move. Whether it was a Kevin Long, whether it was Rob Thomson, whether it was a demotion of a key player, whatever. They needed to do something to wake this damn team up. Like, hey, your poor play is having actions right now. You're 9-19. You have the worst record in baseball. And they go out there and beat the Giants 7-0. It's amazing how sports work.
Best game of the year.
Phillies win 7-0. Trey Turner has a great day offensively, 4 for 5. Bryce Harper goes 2 for 4 yesterday. Adolis Garcia with the big 2-run double. You had contributions from Alec Boehm and Justin Crawford toward the bottom of the lineup. And how about Jesus Luzardo, man? 7 shutout innings, just 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, no walks. No talks about the tipping pitches yesterday. The stuff was electric. He was spotting his fastball. That's been one of his biggest issues to start the season. If you looked at his the batting average against his fastball, it's because he's throwing it right down the middle of the plate. Yesterday, he was hitting his spots. Kerkering a clean inning. Meza a clean inning. It's amazing how good this team can look when everything comes together. Was it because Rob Thomson got fired? I don't know. But maybe it was their minds being woken up a little bit saying, hey, it's time to start playing baseball, damn it.
And Bryce had a real glowing endorsement afterwards for Rob Thomson, in the move, which was interesting. It was just, I was glad to see a change. I'm glad to see the change, and I'm glad to see how they responded. Now, how they respond over the course of the next few weeks.
Right. It wasn't really just yesterday.
One game doesn't matter, but we're going to see how they respond. I would imagine it's going to be quite positive, that this is going to be a team that responds quite strong to a new manager because it's just a different direction. It's got to be a breath of fresh air because Rob Thomson is not going on the motivational speakers.
I don't even know if it's breath of fresh air, John. I think it's just like, you guys suck, and look what you did. You got a guy fired.
I don't think they cared. And if you can, we'd have to find the audio clip. But I watched it on TV last night. It sort of made me cringe of Bryce Harper talking about, well, what do you think about the manager getting fired?
He also said he spoke with Don Mattingly for a few minutes.
He didn't even know he was that he's been with the team all year
so
long.
I don't know.
I mean, Bryce Harper didn't give it. Like, people are like, he really cares. He didn't give a damn yesterday.
But JT said a lot of great things. Kyle Schwarber said a lot of great things. Orion Kirkering, of course, because
sure.
Topper was the first guy to greet him last year after
after Casti greeted him.
Yes, that's true.
But he had to get it, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, the Phillies, they bounced back yesterday.
Strong.
And something that we pointed out before the firing, it was Monday morning when we knew something was going to happen. The Phillies have a schedule right now where they have winnable games. These 3 against the Giants, they're already 1-0. 4 in Miami against the Marlins. 3 at home against the A's.
Winnable.
3 at home against the Rockies.
Yep.
3 in Boston against the Red Sox. 3 in Pittsburgh against the Pirates. That's from now until May 17th.
You have a chance to dig yourself out of the hole and create an opportunity to come back, salvage the season. Do you do it?
We'll find out.
It
starts now. It started last night on a good note with a win. But it starts now. You have to win this stretch. So coming up next, we'll get Connor's thoughts. Connor did not think anything was going to happen. Something did. Does he realize that it was the right move for the Phillies to make? That something happened. You could pick who you wanted, but that something needed to happen. Also, when a manager gets fired, there's press conferences. Dave Dombrowski spoke when he wanted to. It's Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It is 6:30 here on Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic. Our man Kieran, who we mentioned from time to time on our YouTube chat.
Great name.
Kieran is from overseas.
Great name.
England.
Yes.
He chimes in and kind of puts what I was feeling into words, into writing about the bittersweet feeling, right? Like, obviously, I'm excited this morning after that win last night. I was excited watching that game. Kieran chimes in, you see games like that yesterday, and you can only pray, what if? And then he says, it makes you want to admit we can't just rip this up yet.
Oh, my gosh, stop.
But that's the pain, right? Like, you're watching the series, you're watching it for enjoyment, and
and for the future,
and the future is Maxey and Edgecombe, and we could at some point have the conversation, not today, that what if Paul George plays well enough in this series that maybe his contract is more movable, during this offseason. Who knows about the future of Joel Embiid? We talked about it yesterday morning. If this game goes sideways in such a bad way, just how many moves is this team going to make during the offseason? And a win like last night, like, I get what Kieran's saying because it's what I've been saying for freaking 6-7 years now, right? Like, when it all comes together, this team's dangerous. The problem is they have had not speed bumps. They've had, like, craters. They've had the Grand Canyon sometimes that they had to jump over to be able to accomplish things. And some of it's their own doing, right? Embiid, mopiness, Embiid shying away from moments like the Atlanta Hawks game.
Yes.
The Boston Celtics game.
Game 6 and 7 of the Hawks series, he was terrible.
Yeah, he was horrible. Like, there are things where it's legitimately his fault,
right,
or other members of the Sixers' fault.
I mean, the Celtics series, it's terrible, Game 6 and 7.
But then you get last night and you go, oh my God, did he really have to have his appendix blow up? Did that really have to happen 3 weeks ago? Because you watched what happened leading up to the surgery. The team was playing so well. The team was playing out of the play-in tournament. There was a chance that they could have been the fourth or the fifth seed, or fifth or sixth seed.
Yeah, could have gotten a 4, but 5. Yes, they could have gotten a 5.
And then you're wondering, wow, what could be? Like, I'm watching Cleveland not play all that well against Toronto.
I'm not going to let you do this to me, though. I'm not going to let you do. We're not doing this again.
I know.
We're not doing one more year of it. We can do that for one more year. No, we're not doing this.
I know.
Not doing this.
So you're just trying to enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the freaking moment for what it is. I got one guy saying last night, because during the game, I said, this is exactly what I asked for. This team's making me proud.
Yeah.
They played their ass off during the third quarter. I'm like, they're playing their ass off. Make me proud. And this guy's like, boy, this fan base has gotten so soft. oh my gosh, this is what we're celebrating. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it is. If you thought this team was supposed to beat the Celtics, I can't help you. If you actually believe this Sixers team was supposed to beat the Celtics, you don't know basketball.
Yeah, they were.
You don't know basketball.
The Celtics were minus 900 on the series line.
Like it's okay to be. I'm not. If you want to go into a series and say I'm not going to celebrate them just playing well, that's fine. You want to be that kind of fan, you can. You're entitled to that. If that's not, it doesn't do it to you. To me, when my team is a complete underdog, wild underdog, I'm going to celebrate when they play their backsides off and have a chance to force a Game 7.
Yeah.
I can't.
Dude, Game 6 tomorrow night. Let's go.
I'm in.
Let's go. Tomorrow during the show is going to be a damn party.
I'm in.
Especially if the Flyers win tonight, then tomorrow will definitely be a damn party. And then we react to it Friday. We react to it Friday morning, and hopefully it's setting up a Game 7. 610-632-0975. We'll get to the Davis Honda text line at some point this hour. But Connor, you did not believe that the Phillies would make a move. You weren't necessarily feeling that they should make a move. They made a move. And it was the manager. We all thought, if anybody, it would be the hitting coach. Kevin Long's still here.
How?
Well, look at that 7 spot they put up yesterday, Johnny.
Oh, jeez.
Rob Thompson's the guy that gets the hook. He's done as manager of the Phillies. He might still be with the team in some sort of,
down the line
senior role.
Yeah, not right now, but down the line.
Connor, your thoughts?
Yeah, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, that was a mistake. They should have never done it. Rob Thomson is going to show this organization why they're wrong to fire him. Like, no, it was time for a change. Something needed to happen. Now, I put out a tweet yesterday. I'm never going to look at the Rob Thomson time here as a failure. The resume is undeniable. He was a guy who stepped in midseason. Nobody ever expected him to be a major league manager of a team this caliber. And all he did was put this team in the postseason, win divisions, manage this team to a World Series. So I'm not going to look at this as like Rob Thomson failed the Phillies, but they were out of options. I don't know that I would call it the move they should have made, but it was the move they had to make.
Yeah, I mean, they had to make a move, right? Like, that's what I kept on saying. You wanted it to be Topper, Johnny.
Because
Not because of the man.
No, not because of the man. We all know he's a great guy.
Yeah.
It's the idea is that he had no answers. And when you have no answers, as a CEO, as an executive.
Yeah, we say about
the
Sirianni
boss,
all the time.
when you have no answers, then let somebody else take the job. When you can't sit behind a microphone and say, well, we're going to try this, we're going to do this, or more importantly, I'm going to hold guys publicly accountable for playing like crap. And I'm going to call things out that are logically, the fans can see it. When the Bryce Harper thing is when I came in and I waved the white flag and I said, I'm done with Topper.
Yeah, he knows.
And I believe the organization may have been done that day too. When he wouldn't even say that day, oh, he knows what he did wrong. I don't have to talk to him. That was the weakest, mealy-mouthed answer ever. And to me at that point, I'm like, I'm done. You're not being a leader at that point.
Well, they make the move. Rob Thomson, no longer the manager of the Phillies. Dave Dombrowski had to speak to the media. We'll play one clip first before we play one that's making its rounds around social media. Dave Dombrowski was asked, is there anybody to blame for this situation? Sure. And I thought this was a very politically correct answer.
Well, this isn't a blame game. That's not that. We collectively are not doing well. This is a whole group. I don't think we're playing very well from an offensive, defensive, pitching performance. I don't think we're playing up to our capabilities. Squad together just has not done very well. You can blame whomever you choose to do, but for us, we don't really do that. Rob, it's like the rest of us. You bear responsibilities. I talk to him every single day, but just the way things were going are not going well enough. I don't think we're playing up to our capabilities. I think we're a much better club than we played. You make some decisions that are tough at times.
And then he was asked after that, then why Rob? And he basically said that we just need a different voice. And I think everybody feels that way, right?
Yeah,
that something had to change. You needed a different voice. And it's also not just like rah-rah speeches. It's, hey.
It's accountability too.
Right. And it's the players that are going, oh, damn, this guy got fired because of our poor play.
When you can't hold your employees accountable, when you can't call them out, at that point you're useless. You're not getting the job done. You're just letting things go. And that to me is out. I'm out. And so, Rob, I wish him the best, and he's going to be fine. He got 4 years of Major League managing money that he never thought he'd get.
He'll be fine.
He's perfectly fine.
Yeah, don't cry tears for Rob Thomson.
He never thought he'd be a major league manager. He said that many times.
He was going to retire. Remember,
it's beautiful.
The year Girardi gets fired,
22 was going to be his retirement. He had already announced it.
He literally the spring training, the last game of the season, they let him do the lineup and everything, like so that he could get that feel.
It was his last spring training game,
and it changed everything.
And he got 4 extra years out of it, and he'll be a senior advisor or something. And he's awesome. He's an awesome man, and people love him.
Absolutely.
But no, he was ineffective. He was ineffective leading at this point because players weren't responding at all.
Well, so Dave Dombrowski, the press conference continued, and I'll say, for a guy that should be so respected in baseball, I know he's respected in baseball.
He is.
To me, this is a very pompous weasel kind of response.
Condescending.
Smarmy. Tim Kelly, who we love, we have him on frequently on the show, covers the Phillies for On Patterson.
He is a rising star locally.
I absolutely agree. And you'll hear his question, and you'll hear Dave Dombrowski's answer. Here's Tim Kelly asking Dave Dombrowski to basically send a message to the fan base, I guess.
Dave, given some of the shortcomings, whether it's in roster construction or production, why do you think Phillies fans should still believe that you're the right person to lead the front office?
You can answer that question. I'm not going to get into that.
And what you don't know from listening to it is, if you didn't watch the video, he had this smug smile on his face.
Oh, no,
it was very, look at my resume.
Yes.
And very respected resume. I say it all the time.
Yes,
he's going to Cooperstown.
I'm tired. I'm actually tired of hearing that.
Yeah. Like, we know it.
You know what? There are a lot of musical performers. I was thinking of this last night. There are a lot of musical performers that are going to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something.
Yeah.
That put out crap albums at the end of their careers.
Yeah, to keep relevant.
That just keep making money and do stuff and everything like that. I don't want to hear, we know you're a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
We know you're a legend in your business. But if you're putting out crap at that point, that can also be called out in the present.
And by the way, there are not everybody, I don't know what the percentage was, but going into the season, a lot of Phillies fans question the approach that Dave Dombrowski had this offseason. One thing for me to yell and scream about it, for you yell and scream about it. There were a lot of Phillies fans. Social media really questioned a lot of the decisions. There was debates about who to bring back, who not to bring back. But the moves that took place, the weird situation with Bo Bichette, like a lot of people were wondering, all right, what's Dave Dombrowski doing for this team, the 2026 Phillies? And it's been this bad of a start that you had to fire your manager. And I have to hear Bob Nightingale 2 days ago on Middays with Mark saying he's the safest guy in that building. And that concerns me. And for him to have that response, when all he had to say was something to the extent of, look, I'm just as disappointed as everybody else. That would have been a great... That would have been a great answer for somebody who's socially aware. And Tim Kelly, you are a freaking hero. Hell yeah, man.
And as somebody who teaches students how to do their job, that is a great job.
And it wasn't an unfair question.
It's a straightforward question, offered without opinion. It is, talk to us. And Dave Dombrowski handled that poorly. Hopefully Dave Dombrowski would say to take Tim aside and be like, I should have answered that better.
Yeah,
because he handled that poorly. Hopefully the PR staff understands he handled that poorly.
Yep. Not Tim.
No, Tim did. No, Dave Dombrowski did.
All right, coming up next, we'll check the text line. But also, we're going to relive last night's victory. The Sixers continue this series. Game 6 tomorrow night. But it started with a win last night in Boston. Hear the montage next here on The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Sal Chunas, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
647 here on Kincaid and Sal Chunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. We'll get to the Davis Honda text line here in a moment. I need your voice memos, Flyers. We need the fired up Flyers fans' voice memos because, Johnny, the energy going into games 1, 2, and 3, we felt it on the air here. The Flyers won games 1, 2, and 3. Energy wasn't necessarily there. And I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the city, games 4 and 5. It wasn't there as much.
Game 4 was almost an arrogance. And I was in the building and sitting among the fans and it was a little bit of arrogance. That's how it felt. Game 5 was anxiousness. And I feel that anxiousness today from people. Just that there seems like a lot of people holding their breath. I am not. I feel very comfortable about tonight's game. I do not. I don't have the butterflies. I'm sure I will by like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, because you'll know the importance of this game. They lose this game, it's Game 7 in Pittsburgh,
and that will be,
and you don't want that.
And that will be anxiety of the highest level.
Yeah, so end it tonight.
Yes.
We need the voice memo 610-632-0975. We'll check the poll of the day here momentarily as well. But first, Connor Thomas put it together. The Sixers beat the Celtics in Boston last night.
Wow,
forcing a Game 6. We get to see another game. Who knows how many more we get to see, but we know that we get another game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on South Philly, Xfinity Mobile Arena. Here's how it sounded last night on the Fanatic.
And the Sixers with the ball up by 3. 9:35 in the first. Right side, George. Catch, shot, 3. Good. Paul George with another 3. And the Sixers with an early 6-point lead. Here's Pritchard to the right side. Pritchard to Vooch. Sixers rotating down the lane. Nick Vucevic, left-hand jam. Sixers over-rotate, and Vucevic finds an angle right down the lane. Left-hand stump. 30 seconds in the first. Boston by 4. Second chance for the Sixers. 2 minutes into the second quarter. Boston leads by 5, 28-23, and B with it on the right side again with Garza. Jab step, fade away, shot from 19, around and good. It deadened and then went in. So Embiid with back-to-back field goals, 3-point game. Tatum turns it over to Grimes. He's got to step on everybody. Down the lane with enough to right. Layup is good. Grimes to the first. Good feed by Paul George. Paul George to Joel to the left of the lane. Faces up, right-hand dribble. Powers, rip through move. Missed it. Gets it back. 2 guys are there, and then he banked it in down low right. Embiid, and Vucevic is a big man. Joel towers over Vooch, and he puts it in. Sixers trail by 6. Embiid now 19. Maxey against Jordan Walls. Dribbles on the left hand. Embiid with the screen. Maxey stops, fires, 3-pointer. Good. Tyrese Maxey off the Embiid pick, and the Sixers cut it to 1. Maxey, he goes to Joel. Pass behind him. 8 to shoot. Embiid with a pull-up on Kana from 15 and in. Embiid now with 29. A pull-up 16-footer. Straight away. Philadelphia by 3. 5:50 to go. Grimes knocking it away from Brown. Into the backcourt. Brown tracks it down. Brown facing pressure. Grimes all over him. 8 seconds. He's got to get it across, and they race it up. He's got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brown dribbling. Grimes right there. Off-balance shot. Quentin Grimes with the defensive play of the year. Our Morgan and Morgan moment. Grimes, gut check. Sixers by 6. Here's Embiid. Into the lane on Kana. Spins, backing, turning, fading, firing up. Good. The Sixers get the bucket. Joel Embiid down low. Grimes to the 3 in the defense. Everybody comes off the bench to greet him. It's an 8-point game. 5:16 to go. Embiid with 31. Clutch turnaround deuce. Timeout Boston. Sixers by 8. Maxey with 2.5 to go. 9 to shoot. Up top to BJ. 3-pointer by Edgecombe. It's up and good. BJ struggled from beyond, but not that time. He buried it. And the Sixers 109. Boston 94. They've come in here to TD Garden, and they're going to win their second straight game. So the duck boat has fluttered a little bit as the Celtics headed to the coronation, and it's coughing there in the Charles River. Sixers are going to come in and beat Boston for the second straight time.
He's the best. Tom McGinnis is the absolute best. We're very lucky to have him here on the Fanatic. We're lucky to have Tim Saunders, who you'll hear tonight. 7:30 puck drop here on the Fanatic.
What a great job. That was awesome.
He's the best.
That was awesome. And I understand our cohorts on our sister station in Boston were quite insufferable. They were almost as bad as Bill and them were with the broom when it was 3 games
what
to
they
none.
they thought it was over.
Yeah, they all thought it was over yesterday, and
can't blame them.
they were being pretty insufferable yesterday up in Boston. I hope they're having a great morning this morning. Hope they're really enjoying themselves, and I hope that they really have another great morning like Saturday when they wake up.
Oh, yeah.
Like Friday.
Friday
morning
man.
when they wake up.
I need Friday to be a party, dude.
I want Friday to really, like, we could preview, hopefully be able to preview a Flyers series and then preview Game 7.
Dude.
Sixers Celtics. That'd be awesome.
Don't
you kidding me?
Don't tell me with a good time right
Let's get through tonight first. Let's focus.
Awesome.
I'm trying to, I'm trying not to smoke too many heaters like Ray. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to get through this calmly. All right, Ray, Connor, what do we have on the Davis Honda text line? Feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington.
Did you just call me another producer's name?
I did.
Trouble at home? All right. So this texter, Matt in Destin, Florida, leads off and says, they had me in the first half. Looked like Maxey had to dribble around Embiid. He was kind of just in the way. But in the second half, that's it. The team has figured it out, and he wants us to play the song.
I got a lot of that on social media yesterday, man. People are fired up. Look, it's beautiful. And the second half of that basketball game yesterday reminded everybody of what this team looked like 22 days ago. Right? Today is 20 days since he had the surgery. 22 days ago, they were playing at a level where you're going, oh my God, they could get out of the play-in. They could be the 5th seed. They could be the 6th seed. They could be out of the play-in, not have to play Boston, not have to play the Celtics in the first round. And then the appendectomy happened. But in the second half of that game yesterday, Joel Embiid, 7 of 10 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
And he started out bad to start the second half,
He did, but finishes with 18 points in that second half. And the big thing, Tyrese Maxey, 6 rebounds in the second half. He had 10 total in the game. Our man Dawood on the YouTube chat saying Quentin Grimes scoring for once and and grabbing defensive rebounds was the difference. It really was. Quentin Grimes was ridiculous yesterday. He was fantastic in the second half, scored 12 of his 18 points. You heard it in the montage, the great defensive effort against Jaylen Brown of all people. And then Maxey being like, you know what? I'm tired of getting out rebounded. I'm going to freaking do it myself.
I love that.
That's leadership, man.
And I love the answer. Maxey is completely this is where the Phillies could take lessons. Bryce Harper could listen to this. The Phillies clubhouse, like there's many players that could listen to this. Tyrese Maxey is the first one to tell you when he sucks. When part of his game isn't good that night, he's the first one to tell you. And then he tells you what he's trying to get better at. It's amazing what a young man can do who's a first-team All-Star, who can tell you, yeah, this wasn't good, but I'm trying to do better here. I tell you, he tells you when things aren't good. He knows you're intelligent enough to see it for yourself. He's awesome, man.
Remember when Bryce earlier this year was like,
yeah.
Brandon Marsh, bad baseball.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. His answer on Thompson yesterday made me want to vomit.
All right, coming up next, we'll check more text messages because there's so much to discuss. Sixers force a Game 6. Flyers Game 6 tonight. Phillies fire Rob Thomson. They get a win last night. They finally look like a good club with their 7-0 win over the Giants.
Good club.
You can text in 610-632-0975. But coming up next, you're going to hear 2 fantastic answers in press conferences from 2 different people. 2 people that have been polarizing in this city for a couple of years and a decade. One's Joel Embiid post-game. The other is a man who just got fired. It's Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5, The Fanatic.